Well, 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 ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here? Cons of Tarkir. Welcome to the Draft Gang. I'm Ryan from Mano Bluff. Interesting pack. So Ankle Shaker is kind of fun. It's just not exactly the best friend in the world, going three colors, and it's kind of conditional. If you're behind, it sucks. Raider Spoils, similar type of deck that wants Ankle Shaker, but a little more forgiving on the mana and commitment. I think I'm going to take it here, because it's really fun to pick up a Raider Spoils early and try to, rock out the Warrior deck. I love Jeskai Wind Scout quite a bit. Roar the Challenge goes into my favorite color, green. Yes, green's my favorite color. Bloodfell Caves I love in terms of rocking out the 5-color thing. It might even be the pick to go to try to force. I think either or deck is kind of along those lines. I tend to do better personally with the Bloodfell Caves than I do with the Raider Spoil. Just because I tend to do better in the 5-color deck than I do in the Warrior deck. But I don't think this Resistance will come around, but the Mardu Hateblade might. Leaping Master would be not as great, but definitely an option. Here, Air of the Wilds, yeah. Tranquil Cove, Dismal Backwater, fine duels. Swarm Bloodflies would go well with the Raider Spoil, but I happen to love Air of the Wilds. I already said green's my favorite. I like going more control-y than aggressive. Hateblade's fine, whatever. I mean, if things go really wonky, technically Air is a warrior, it works with Raider Spoils. Not really what you want to be doing in the warrior deck. You want to go, of course, black-white. I'm happy to just take the Air here. I think it's the most powerful card. Definitely look it over Swarm of Bloodflies. Really, my only other option would be taking a dual land. So I'd rather just take this, kind of see where the draft goes, stay more open. However, there's a second Raider Spoils. So we'll slam that, probably start moving away from green, start looking for these Skull Hunters and all of that to come around, because having two Raider Spoils means you can just really start busting out a sweet warrior deck. And that's what I'm going to do, and try to go black-white, even though we're not seeing any white. Soul Roboto doesn't really count. But yeah, two Raider Spoils early means hello, Warriors. Berserker's kind of okay. Kieran's fine. Krumar Bonkin is kind of an odd pickup. We're not taking the Blazebringer because even though it's a warrior, it's like a horrible card. Horde Ambusher is fantastic and actually does go into the warrior build because you can morph it down and then keep going. But I'm taking a really odd pick. This is just because we have two Raider Spoils. I can just go insane with the warrior cards here. Technically, this is a way lower pick than, say, the Kieran or the Killshot or something. But if I just fill up with tons of warriors, I'm happy. I could take the Killshot here because I do want to start putting my stamp on white. But generally speaking, I want to be the aggressor and be the one attacking, so Killshot doesn't go into that deck quite as much. I'm a little uncomfortable taking the Krumar Bonkin because you tend to get these when you need them, and Alabaster Kierans are fine. But again, two Raider Spoils means anything warrior I'm happy with. Let's see, what do we have here? Brave the Sands, not exactly what I'm looking for. Witness the Ages, not so much. We'll take that Unyielding Krumar. It's another warrior. Smite the Monsters is a fine sideboard card. A fine one in the main deck, or sideboard card, actually. I mean, you could do that. But we're just going to load up on warriors here and try to, again, solidify into that archetype. Alrighty. Abzan I like as a warrior. Not too sure if I'm going to be going onto the green splash. Again, we're not seeing white, so I'm really kind of forcing this with the Raider Spoil deck, admittedly. But I think it's worth it when you get two early Raider Spoils and you can start kind of again, building your deck around it. Only other cards I would consider is the Rite of Serpent or the Defiant Strength, which are way worse. Set Adrift and Forswear are the best cards. Blue's fantastic here. This is not a dual land that I need, so I'll just go ahead and rock out another morph. Means green might be the one I want to have as the second color. Generally, you want red to be sort of like the... sorry, I meant to click the candy. Red being kind of your third color, because having warriors means you might be able to go wide and allow to have the what's the Mardu morph dude called? I should know these by now. I always forget such important things. The Ponyback Brigade. You get the Ponyback Brigade, and you get the tokens, and you get to, go wide with warriors and some tokens. So I will take the Lurkers on speculation, because I'm looking to splash green, which means I don't want Awaken the Bear as my splash. I'm not looking to place the DC's pet. This is just a speculative if we end up going on more of a red route. So here, Salt Road Patrol or Bitter Revelation, I like both in the deck. I think because, by the way, green would be fine with the Alpine Grizzly. Technically, we could go black, green, and splash white. That would be if I needed to sort of save the draft, because we haven't seen a lot of white. But I'm still just going to pick up a card that I'm pretty sure I don't mind main decking. Oh, I got this all messed up. I had this so nicely put together. The Leaping Master did return, but I've kind of moved away from that game plan at this point. So I'm going to take the Karoo Bloodsucker, which isn't fantastic, but certainly very playable in the deck. We're going to stick to black again. I'm not entirely stoked for a zombie in a warrior deck. I already have a vampire. Who needs that? But I definitely don't want to play the Valley Dasher or the Tormenting Voice, Monastery Flock, or anything like that. So we'll just go ahead and bust a move on that guy. We'll take another Canyon Lurkers. Again, if we do end up going red, I'm hoping not to. We'll take, again, the Blazebringer just as a backup, but pretty sure none of that's going to happen. Despise is actually fine for the sideboard, and I guess I should go ahead and start. Ooh, that's a nice late pickup. Again, if we just go red, if green doesn't happen. So I really am just building this draft on the Raider spoils, and I would pretty much guess that the person next to me, near me, is also doing a warrior deck. But having two Raider spoils is just so powerful. I don't think I'm going to get too much bit in the butt here, and I should be able to get some good black cards, even in the third pack, if we're doing the same kind of thing. Just having passed the Raider spoils is kind of fun. So it might seem a little dire, but I'm not without hope at this moment. Hopefully this next pack goes really fantastic. We've only got 3 warriors right now, so that's something to note. I'm not counting the heir. 3 that I know I'm playing, the Krumar, Bonkin, and the Abzan Guide. The heir might make the deck. I guess the Abzan Guide might also, we don't really know. It's not for sure. Okay, Abzan Ascendancy is fantastic, but since I have 2 Raider spoils, Take Up Arms is going to be more of the pick. And this is just because I'm not too sure green's going to be my third color. I would love to have the Mardu Horde Chief. But again, 2 Raider spoils means Take Up Arms is way better. Ride Down might end up being the kind of card we're looking for if we end up going into the red game plan. But yeah, Take Up Arms is fantastic. And this is just an example of where picking a card over and knowing an archetype versus just taking raw power are just cards that are like a little bit better. Ride Down's better. The Abzan Ascendancy is really fantastic. It'll be a bummer if I do end up going with the green splash over the red splash, just because that would be a fun card. But hey, Take Up Arms. Can't pass that guy up. Alright, Trail of Mystery, not really what we're looking for. Sandstep Citadel could just be the case. Rush of Battle would be fine, but I don't think I need to prioritize it since I already have 2 Raider spoils. I wouldn't mind getting one in the deck, though. The 2 Bird Warriors would also be just fine, because I do want more warriors in the deck, and they're great. I mean, having 2 Raider spoils makes the flyers just that much better, but I think I'll be able to pick up 1 or 2 of those, if not more, hopefully, as the draft moves forward. I'm not guaranteed to be able to pick up more good fixing, and having an Abzan Guide already, I would love for the Abzan Guides to be the green that I splash. So I will go ahead and rock the Sandstep Citadel. What's here now? There's that Rush of Battle that I was thinking I'd be able to pick up, but I think Dead Drop is still a good card, even if it's more of a Delve card. Is that true? Do I believe that? It's just a great removal spell. Things get in the graveyard at some point, and this just ends up doing a lot of work. I have a Bitter Revelation that I'm looking to play. Things like Take Up Arms that you play as instants, but you still get your creatures, still fill up the yard. So I think I'm going to take Dead Drop just for power level's sake. I don't want like necessarily 2 in a deck like this, but it's still just a fantastic, powerful removal spell. Much more than, like I was saying, the Kill Shot earlier, which is more on the defensive plan. Do want to pick up a Rusher battle at some point, but we still only have 1, 2, 3, 4 warriors, so I need to start prioritizing some warrior picks, but we haven't seen those quite yet. Right now, the Tendants I'd happily not be playing. Nothing really great here. I guess we'll take the Jungle Hollow just to help with our green splash. Could take the Windstorm for the sideboard, but I'm happy to take the Jungle Hollow as our second green setup. If we get really good mana, I mean, the Air could be a main deck card. Right now, I'm not looking to do that, though. Just want more warriors. Tons and tons of warriors. But we can also pick up some green warriors as needed. Sultai Charm, we're not doing blue for, by the way. That's the other best card in the pack. CDC's Pet, that's just a dorky morph I don't want to play. Definitely need more warriors. Bonkin's fantastic. Oh, it's not a warrior. It's still just a really good 2-drop. Wouldn't mind a Throttle here also, since all I have is a dead drop for removal, but I don't think I can pass up a premium 2-drop in what I'm hoping to be our base colors. Archer is fine and would make the cut. Another bit of a Revelation would make the cut. The Rider, the Winter Flame, and the Treasure Cruise are all better cards, but they're not making the cut. But this is a good 2-drop, so get in there. Oakley dokley. Getting a little worried since we don't have warriors coming at us. So did everyone just go into like the warrior deck? That's kind of odd. Killshot's the better card in our colors than, say, the Sidisi's Pet or Sagu Archer. But again, it's not really in the wheelhouse of what I want to be caring about. And since I'm kind of low on like good creatures, the Air may not make it, and the Chamois Tenants I don't want to have to make it. Do I just take a dorky morph? I'll take the Killshot, just because I'm worried about like solid playables, and this is a good removal spell. Not great in the deck, but it's still like decent. Wow, late Chief of the Edge, so stoked to see that. I would love a Disowned Ancestor as well. That'd be just fine. But this Chief is kind of what I wanted to pack. I was hoping to get a little bit more of these premium cards passed. War Behemoth is fine, and we'll definitely make the cut. That we'd love to upgrade it to another warrior later. Ascendancy, wrong dual land. And I don't think we need to really get too many dual lands at this point. We already have 2 free green sources for the 1 guide we're looking to play. Hordmate will take. Hopefully get some more 2-drops online. And at worst, it is a warrior. Am I ever caring about Tranquil Cove or Tusked Colossadon? Jeskai Elders are really good 2-drop. I guess we'll take the Cove in case like I magically end up wanting to splash blue for like a bomb that we open in the next pack. Ramparts or Molting Snakeskin? I thought there was going to be a Snakeskin deck that someone had mentioned earlier, but I haven't really seen it do a whole lot. And we might be able to pick one up in the later pack if I decide. I'm not really looking to play either, to be honest, though. That guy over there. Woo! Late Treasure Cruise. What a good card. Maybe we'll splash for that. Oh, yeah. Teamer banner. Okay, we are at 17 playables. But, I hate when that happens. So I've been carefully trying to, like, if you place the cards that you pick, instead of doing it, it allows you to maintain your, like, weird, I always like to have the morphs in 3-drop slot when I'm looking at my deck. So you can do that if you actually, like, physically move your cards, but if you miss letting go of them before the time's up, then it just kind of screws you over. Mardu, Heart Piercer, Ride Down, fantastic, but we're slamming Seeker the way. Another great 2-drop, goes well with our Timely Horde Mate, and it's a warrior. And that's kind of what we want. It's just crazy to pass these guys. But I'm already on the green splash plan instead of the red splash, so I'm not, like, overly devastated. I don't think anything's going to really table that I want. I'd be amazed if, like, the Piercer or the Ride Down table. Maybe the Killshot will, maybe the Bitter Revelation. But, yeah, 2-drop. Alrighty, here's that Sage-Eye Harrier, and I think this is where I'm going to rock it. Remember, with 2 Raider Spoils, the evasive flyers just get insane. Bringlow's great, Misfire Weaver's great, I mean, it puts Mythic. I would never take a pet over the Harrier. I could consider this Kintree Warren since it's also a Morph Warrior, but again, why would I take it over a Sage-Eye Harrier? Really, it's only if I want to Smite the Monstrous to have more removal, but I think it's about as clunky as the removal I already have, the Killshot and the Dead Drop, so I'm not going to pass up a solid Warrior for another piece of clunky removal. Ooh, Crackling Doom's really good. Mardu Rough Rider is a warrior. Here's a Russia battle. And there's also Disowned Ancestor. So, what is my deck looking for? I'm kind of interested in ignoring the Mardu, even though these are just so great. And they're definitely better than like the Abzan Guide or the Air of the Wilds that I have. Like, if you were just to upgrade these, that'd be insane. But I don't have the fixing. And this late in the picks, I'm not confident that if I pick these guys, I'm going to get the fixing to be able to splash it. Whereas I'd rather just pick cards that I know I'm playing. So here I'm actually going to take the Disowned Ancestor. It's another card to get back with Timely Hordemate. It's another warrior. And I still just think I want to get a maximum set of warriors down. I have 1, 2, maybe... let's not count the air yet. It could still be Splash, because with Death Touch, it's still a relevant late creature. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, now we're starting to get into good territory, I might call it, with enough warriors to make this deck really hum. Slamming Bellowing Saddlebrute. The only thing I would take over it would be a strong removal spell, like the Murderous Cut, but Saddlebrute's getting in there. It's a warrior. It's insane. Would love a Scoured Barrens just to smooth the mana along, but no way I'm passing this guy. Okay, we've got our warriors. I am happy. We'll take another Unyielding Krumar. Or do I take a Tuskguard Captain? My mana's not insane, but this is a warrior. I didn't realize until I just now looked at it. It's way better than the Unyielding Krumar. I already have one. I'm actually kind of full up on the 4-drop slot. I actually don't have as many morphs as I would like. The thing is, it's definitely a better card when I'm reliably casting it at 3 than splashing it. But I think it's worth taking here. I'm going to go for it. Alright, we're at playables. Jeez, Mardu Skull Hunter's great. Rush of Battle I still want in the deck. I think the Skull Hunter's the way to go, though. Again, Rush, with 2 Raider Spells, I don't need as many Rushes. They're great finishers, and I wouldn't mind one. I am looking for it, but I'm not going to pass up premium card over it. Here I might replace, like, Ramparts or Shambling Attendants. Or maybe this Air of the Wilds doesn't actually make the cut. Not too sure yet. Depends on the mana situation busts out. Ooh, Sultai Scavenger. That's definitely going to upgrade from the Shambling Attendants. There's nothing else we want. Hardly Outburst. Gosh, that's going late. But we'll put this guy down. Remove this guy out. Mardu Hateblade's fantastic. Maybe we don't even play green. Or we'd only play the Abzan Guide. Since we have, like, wow, Ride Down still here. I'll cut that. Ponyback Brigade's fine. Oh, actually, here's a Molting Snakeskin. Maybe I do run this. Now that I have a way more aggressive deck, this could actually make the cut with the current creatures we have online. Yeah, I'm thinking that Air of the Wilds and Tuskguard Captain end up not making the deck. Abzan Guide's fine, because it's Morph and Warrior and Flip. Not too sure yet. We'll see how it all goes down. Mardu was pretty open. I think I am next. Oh, here's a Molting Snakeskin. I mean, this man, I'm never playing Ride Down. I didn't really miss out on anything. I'll take the Naturalize, though, for the sideboard, since I already have one. I'm not going to play 2 Molting Snakeskins. I'm not even sure the first one's making it, but there you go. Cancel's a good card. Even though I never play counter spells, I respect it. I just don't. For how control-y I like to build most of my decks, it's rare that I play counter spells. Interesting. Neither being played, but Ramparts is actually a decent card. We'll put you over there right now. Yeah, I wouldn't mind one more piece of fixing in order to like get the Captain and the Air online. I'll double check my warrior count to see if I want to not play these 2 fantastic green warriors in my Raider Spoils deck. But I think we have plenty of other fantastic warriors to where these aren't needed. Yeah, I'm almost positive about that. Cool, so we'll just take our last land card, and I'll pause for a moment while I wait for the draft to finish up, and then after I clean up the deck building, I'll bring it back for final thoughts. And boom, here we are, broken down. This is the current build with 23 cards. Might want to ditch one to do the 18 land thing. I think that's always right in this format, but maybe not with this particular deck, which has a much lower curve and not as many morphs to care. We care more about getting to our 4th land drop. Our 5th we can get to when we need to. Anyway, as I was mentioning, yeah, sadly these fantastic green warriors are out. I don't think, even though they're so good, they're really worth screwing up our mana base. Right now we just get to play our Abzan Guide for free with our 2 free green sources. I might add one more once I look at the mana, but there's no reason on these really good 2-3 drops to screw around with anything. So I'm looking to cut. We have 17 creatures. Things I'm not in love with would be the Dazzling Ramparts. It's a fine card, but I think it's going to be more sideboard if I have a lot of like big like teamer type stuff bashing in. This might be kind of like my way to, you know, stabilize or get through something. But I want to be a more proactive warrior deck, and I think we're going to be able to do that with our aggression that's here. And I just don't think this really adds to my deck's game plan. Because we want to just have a nice solid curve, hopefully get one of our Raider spoils down, just start taking over the game. We have ways to kind of go late. If we kind of get stalled out on the board, we have our Harrier and our Scavenger to help us in the air. The Karoo Bloodsucker is arguably a card to cut, but I actually think it can kind of be like a late game. You can start chumping with our Warrior tokens, start getting Bloodsucker big enough to where if we've gotten enough damage across on our opponent, then we can kind of finish out, threaten to finish with like a late big Bloodsucker or something. Salbrid's always fantastic. Behemoth, I would love if the Behemoth was like another Harrier, like another Abzan God, or just a different warrior, but we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 warriors. So we are at the critical mass we need. Snakeskin, I think, will be good in this deck to continue the aggression and pounding things through. It's hard to deal with this this late game. I don't like the kill shot, but we are actually pretty light on removal since we didn't pick up like debilitating injuries or anything. This will help us deal with like a major bomb threat if we get kind of stalled out or opponent starts trying to take over the game. Don't love it, but there you go. It also helps our race. And Dead Drop being also good, but pretty clunky. So unfortunately, we have to run both of those just because I don't have better removal spells. I think that's right. I still think I want to do the 18 land thing over 17. It's just this format. I mean, you do want to get to 5. I do want to be flipping. I do want to be casting Take Up Arms. And there's always things to do with mana, especially since hopefully with our Raider spoils, we're going to be drawing some. We have some good card draw, so hopefully we'll have plenty to be doing. That being said, let's actually build the mana base, shall we? Add the basic lands. They're adding a forest here. Let's see if I like that or not. That's 9, 10, 11 black sources. I don't think we need that many. 10 seems good. 7, 8 white sources. So really it's just, do I want to do 9 and 9? Because I could see the mana looking like this, where it's 8, 9 white sources, 8, 9, 10 black sources, which is perfectly great. And then only 2 green sources for my Abzan guide flip. But do I really need 9? I mean, I love it. It just makes everything so consistent. Especially with the 2 1-drops, I do want to be pretty regularly dropping. Yeah, I'm not too worried about Abzan guide getting flipped too soon. It'll probably just be trading off as a morph early on anyway. And once we draw one of our 2 splashes. But having that third force would be fantastic. So I think if we do 9, 9, 1, we're cool. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we do have a lot of black cards, but the Kumar Bondkin's the only double black, and we're pretty much always casting this like down as a morph and then flipping it. So 7, 8, 9, 8, 9. Yeah, 9, 9, and 3. I'm cool with that. That should be just fantastic. Hello, warrior deck. All right, we need our Raider spoils. Let's hope our Raider spoils gets us there. On to the first round.